The following may contain offensive language, adult humor, and/or content that some viewers may find offensive. The views and opinions expressed by any one speaker does not explicitly or necessarily reflect or represent those of Mark Radulich or W2M Network. Please listen with caution, or don't listen at all.
There'll be spectacle, there'll be fantasy, there'll be daring do and stuff like you would never see.
Be a movie. Yeah, we're gonna be a movie.
Starring everybody
And me. There'll be heroes bold, there'll be comedy, and a lot of fuss that ends for us real happily. Be a movie. We can watch it all develop. Starring everybody.
And me. We'll take the world and set it on its ear.
Come on, join in. We're gonna start right here.
Hello, we are going to start right here. This is a Radulich Broadcasting premiere podcast triple feature. I am your host, the mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich. And in February, we do black shit. In June, we do gay shit. And now it's July. For Shark Week, we're doing shark shit. And here's the king of shark shit himself, ladies and gentlemen, good to his mother, Jason Teasley, the rambling traveling man. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Just got settled into my hotel from work. So this new job is taking me all over the place, and luckily I was able to still be able to hop on and talk shark shit with you.
You're a soldier. I thought I told you. Listen, Jason, while you're in your hotel, are you going to order yourself a shark prostitute?
I thought about it. I thought about getting one of those. I thought about getting a mermaid.
Mermaid?
But, I thought about, throw her in the bathtub. Yeah. Get her nice and wet.
Have you not heard me and Jesse talk about the shark prostitute? That's where it's at, baby. I don't know.
No, but I may follow the lead of one of our antagonists that we will be speaking of this evening.
Oh, yeah? Which one would that be?
That would be the gentleman from Sharks of the Corn.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, don't you remember that he thought he was a shark and he got the prostitute?
I'm not gonna lie. I watched Sharks of the Corn on Saturday. I'm not entirely sure how much of that movie I was able to retain, but let's. That's such a weird movie, but let's get into it. So yes, so Jason and I, we are the B movie boys, and we like to watch the schlock, the B movie, and we've done the Velocipaster because who hasn't? We've done Santa Jaws, and we're always on the lookout for fun, stupid movies that me and him can talk about. And I don't remember how this. I think this came up because of Anaconda and then Lake Placid, and then we were just kind of goofing around and looking at dumb movies. And there's so many of these B shark horror movies. They were like, let's do 3 of them. And I'm like, what'd be a fun week to do this? Shark Week. It's July 23rd, and the internet lied to me, but that's okay. It's July 10th in the year of our Lord, and so we're gearing up for Shark Week on July 23rd, but that's all right.
Well, so, I mean, most females might be during a lot of female Shark Week now. Who knows?
Can I tell you, I was talking to one of my many girlfriends, and when she told me that she was on her period, that's how she described it. She was like, oh, it's Shark Week. And I went, what?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. Got it.
That's how a lot of females describe their periods.
Is it really?
Because it's Shark Week. Yeah.
I thought that was just like her quirky thing.
No. A lot of females say it's Shark Week.
Females are fucking weird, man.
Yeah. That's why I only got one, and that's all I can handle.
That's okay. The one that's here right now just gave me the finger, but that's all right. I ain't afraid of no.
As long as she didn't stick it in your ass, you're good.
Hey, listen, you're not here to kink shame, sir.
I'm just saying.
All right, so we're talking Shark Exorcist from 2015, Sharks of the Corn, which as soon as I saw that title, I was like, yes, I have to talk about Sharks from the Corn. Which did not feature Groot, as we called him. And then Go Shark, which is about the only one of these that resembles a real movie that came out in the year of our Lord 2013. So we're kind of going to build up to the best and start with the worst. I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to give it a shot.
I have a feeling we'll be done in like 45 minutes.
Yeah, more than likely. Like, we're going to be done talking about these movies in 30 minutes, and then it's going to be me and you like jerking each other off for the next 15. Speaking of jerking yourself off, Shark Exorcist of 2015. This is an hour and 11 minutes of my life I'm never going to get back.
I agree.
It was written and directed by Donald Farmer. And Donald Farmer is responsible for, let's see here. He is a director, actor, and producer. Is considered one of the most unique of the cult horror directors. Directing dozens of feature films for decades, his unique film concepts have brought filmgoers excitement, fear, and joy. His leading actors are often cast for the unique beauty. So just a couple of the ones that he's done most recently. And how have we not... How did we miss this one? Because now I feel like we need to just like... Okay. I'm just briefly looking at his IMDb. We're going to need to do another triple feature of this guy's shit. Here's some of these titles. See if you can spot the theme. You ready?
All right.
Working from the most recent to not. Debbie Does Demons. Debbie Does Demons, Jason Teasley of the Screaming Boy.
Hey, I'm down with that. I mean,
yeah,
it can't be worse than Shark Exorcist.
Hurt Doll. Okay. Catnado. You've heard of Sharknado. He directed Catnado. Bigfoot Exorcist. And see if you can locate the theme with these next two. Cannibal Hookers. Yes. Hooker with a Hacksaw. Cannibal Cop. Shark Exorcist in 2015. And before that, High 8. Chainsaw Cheerleaders, Dorm of the Dead, Red Lips Eat the Living, Bollywood and Vine, and Charlie and Sadie. And then we're into 2000.
I feel that there's quite a few on that list that me and you could get some good shows on.
Yeah. I think how are we like? I'm ready to go into schedule cast right now and figure out when we're doing Debbie Does Demons
and Chainsaw Cheerleader.
Yes, Debbie Does Demons and Chainsaw Cheerleaders. Don't you understand? These are fabulous movies. Someone just walked in. Melissa just walked home. I had to make sure I told her about Debbie Does Demons and Chainsaw Hookers.
You know our track record. With such highbrow stuff, we may be able to get him to join us for the show.
That's true. We might be able to reach out and get this guy on here. All right. So a demonic nun summons Satan, like you do, to a small fishing village where he takes over the bodies of a great white shark and young women. I mean, if you're going to possess a shark, why not also possess the local women? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. A chain reaction of evil, like it does, grips the tiny community as shredded bodies wash ashore. A Catholic priest arrives, and we ask
out of nowhere.
And we ask why the long face. And he must fight both teeth and temptation on land and sea in order to send these man killers back to hell before the tide comes in for good. Okay. The tagline for this: possessed by Satan's shark, pray for her.
And Satan has jaws.
Satan has jaws. That is fucking brilliant, by the way. All right, what did you think of this? This is easily the worst of these three, and that is going up because Sharks of the Corn made me want to eat my own brain.
Yeah, it's not the worst by much. I mean, it's a very slim margin. This, and we'll talk a little bit with Sharks. We tended to find movies this time around that where like you had 11 people with ideas, and you just wanted to shoot everything.
No one was no one was mean and wanted to say no to anything.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like we're going to shoot everything that somebody suggests to us, and there's not going to be a cohesive storyline. It's just going to be all over the place. This is like if you gave a 6-year-old like adrenaline and about 100 pounds of sugar and said, "Tell me a story."
Yeah. Like there's a decent stupid movie in there somewhere, but it is cocked up but good with other ideas that I've often described some films as that like ad lib activity, improv activity, and then that's what this felt like. Like somebody just started telling a story about a shark that's possessed by Satan, and then went and then it was like, and then there's a nun who's stabbing women. And then, first of all, there were also 186 blonde chicks in this movie.
Oh, God, yes.
So my son and I joked about how the reason why they can get away with the Mission Impossible movies doing like the live stunts is that Tom Cruise has been cloned. And every time they kill a Tom Cruise clone, they just get another one. So, yeah, they're okay with doing like live stunts. I feel like this movie had 186 like clones of the same blonde girl. It was ridiculous.
And don't even get me. We'll get there, but the ending of this, I haven't seen a more horrific ending since I've seen Fast X.
Oh my God! First of all, I can't remember if it was this one or another one I was reading about where it was Ghost Shark, but I think it applies here. It was like there's a secret to making good B movies. You can make them stupid, but you can't make them boring. I was watching Shark Exorcist. It's only an hour and 10 minutes long, and that lasts 20 minutes? I was like, oh my God, end already. Like, we get it.
It drags on, and you're like,
for that last scene with the buff blonde, minor pornographic in that there's no sex or anything, and she's not naked. Like, she gets down to her bikini, but you've heard of the term the male gaze. This was almost lurid.
Oh, we'll get to that a little bit more when we get to Ghost Shark about the blonde on the raft.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I say it that way is like that is a good 10 minutes of them just shooting her sitting there doing nothing. Like, I don't know if you've ever watched the porn where they wrap a chick in saran wrap and just leave her on the floor for hours. It was kind of like watching that. It was like, what is happening here?
And we can't forget the greatest thing about Shark Exorcist is the method acting of the redheaded girl that is out to prove that the shark is possessed, that she can summon spirits and channel them, and her withering on the ground with such finesse.
That has to be like a niece or a girlfriend or something of the director.
She was a casting couch. That's all I'm going to say. She was definitely a casting couch.
What was her direction? Like, have you seen Thriller? Okay, do that dance, but on the ground. Okay.
Have you ever had a seizure? If not, show us what you think a seizure would look like.
I need you to have a seizure, but also be groovy. Is that possible? Can you have a groovy seizure? It's so bad.
Maybe she was having a psychedelic seizure.
she was hearing colors and seeing sound. So, all right, couple of did you knows here, because I can't do like a fucking full craft review of this thing. It is hot garbage. This is like someone's fucking student film. It is that bad.
Yeah, I actually said that. I said that this and Sharks of the Corn seemed like somebody's high school drama project.
Yeah, this was so. Your line to me cracked me up actually, because it was like, this movie convinces me we could just shoot a movie. Like, it's no problem. Like, get camera.
This we could shoot a movie of this quality over a weekend drunk.
Okay, So we need $300,000 to get Shark Exorcist quality film for 110 minutes.
Well, we've already got a director.
We do.
That was supposed to be on, and we do miss you, Dorian.
Yeah.
Wish you the best.
Okay.
But yes. Yeah. I mean, $300,000. I'm sure that we could convince some people to bankroll a movie that, Winfrey's probably got that in like some kind of gold doubloons in the chest in his closet or something.
All right. So let's do some trivia.
Okay.
There's literally no fucking craft review to do here.
No.
I mean, 20 minutes of me and you saying how much this movie sucked and made me laugh, cry, and hurl all at the same time. All right. Featured on Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst 2019 Halloween episode, the panel said it's the worst movie in the entire history of the series, overtaking the title from Bigfoot versus D.B. Cooper in terms of sleaziness and low quality. So it's best of the worst. There's not a single set used for this film. Everything was filmed on location. Although the runtime is merely 71 minutes, 11 of those minutes are credits, including the mid and post-credit scene.
It had a mid and post-credit scene.
Yeah, I don't know. I was screaming at the television end already.
I did not see these nuggets, because as soon as I seen credits start rolling, my ass was hitting the back button so I could get out of the damn thing.
The film has been described as The Exorcist meets Jaws by the filmmakers, if you fucking say so. And then Angela and Bobby Correct are a married couple in real life. Oh, there's one more here. Actress Gracie Rogers, who portrayed the character Pool Girl, woman with the shark toys, was also a production assistant on the film. Well, that's fantastic. All right.
That scene was really weird.
Okay. There's a couple of really great quotes here. Woman with the shark toys. So what do you like to do, Allie? Allie, I like to get wet.
And she was an attractive blonde. But then, like, she blindfolds her and takes her to the pool and goes, well, here, get wet.
Yeah.
And then she plays. Then the bad part about it is she jumps in the pool, swims to one side, swims back to the ladder, and just looks at the camera for like an uncomfortable amount of time. And then gets out. And it's like, okay.
So this isn't a funny quote, but it does remind me, but it triggers the scene for me. And the scene itself is pretty hilarious. Father Michael, the power of Christ commands you. Yeah. Him just like screaming at the girl, the power of Christ commands you, and like throwing water at her and shit, like waving the cross. It's quality. All right, and then here's the last one, and then we'll move on to fucking Sharks of the Corn. Hi, didn't see you there. Want to play? I like you, sharks. Me too. Sharks are cool. Please don't eat me. I'll eat you right now. Where are all the good parts?
Oh God, yeah.
So Jason, hey, actually, last thing, and then we'll go. So factual errors in your Ghost Exorcist movie, Shark Exorcist movie. In many shark attack scenes with the characters, not only is the violence merely implied, as we never actually see the shark attacking the characters, only the victims thrashing about with the animated shark footage spliced in. But it is physically impossible for the shark to inhabit these waters, as the height of the water only reaches up to the waist down or below the knees. Fantastic.
Was Shark Exorcist or was it Ghost Shark? Which one has the sorority girls?
Oh, that's Ghost Shark.
That where they're only up to their ankles.
Yeah. The film was shot and set in Tennessee. Geographically, the state is landlocked, as any bodies of water in the state are nowhere near the ocean, so there can be no sharks attacking these characters. Fantastic.
Actually, there is a reported shark attack it's like in Missouri or something, and there has been a shark attack, and it's the most, and nobody can explain it.
Mm. All right, are you fucking ready to move this on?
Yeah, but let's talk about the highbrow that is Sharks of the Corn.
Oh, goody. Okay. So yeah, Sharks of the Corn 2021. An hour. This is 2 hours. And let me tell you something. If I had a choice between like Death by Shark Exorcist or Death by Sharks of the Corn, at least Death by Shark Exorcist would be shorter. And because I think the idea of like sharks attacking people in a cornfield by itself is fucking hilarious. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this. Like, we have to talk about sharks of the corn. What the fuck? Why are there sharks are water people? Like, they wouldn't attack you in a cornfield, you know?
And according to Sharks on the Corn, they have boners and are also scarecrows.
They sure are, Ollie. Strange things are happening in Druid Hills, Kentucky, known mainly for its voluminous corn output. Victims of monsters in cornfields begin cropping up, and witnesses are saying there are large great white sharks swimming in the corn stalks. All right, so this one was directed by Tim Ritter. And Tim Ritter is also a writer, director, producer. And he wrote a lot of the stuff that the last guy did. He's the writer on High Fear. He's the writer on Catnado. We're going to need to do Catnado at some point. Maybe
we need to do like a Catnado, a Sharknado, and something else NATO.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking like maybe like Catnado, Santa Paws, and another cat movie. He was a writer on Sharks of the Corn.
That would be perfect.
Perfect. He's the writers on Earth Girls Are Sleazy. How have we not reviewed that yet?
Because we're just now coming across some of these IMDb's.
Yeah, we are. Okay, so that's a lot. So a lot of writing credits here, but he directed this piece of this. Oh wait, just because I clicked on the writer one. Okay, what did he direct? Nope, same thing. Okay,
he directed West Baptist Church High School Musical Volume 3.
Yeah, probably. All right, so I can't even begin to tell you what this movie's about. I know sharks attack people in a cornfield. Not entirely sure. Like, this is another one that was chock full of crazy ideas that didn't necessarily mesh together. You know what I mean?
And there's a guy who thinks he's a shark, and he wears a shark face mask, and
right. And this is the one
with
like the guy who's like possessed or something, or like he's like leading a shark cult.
Yes, this is the shark cult. This is the one where I said yes. I'm. When you said, "What am I doing on my travels?" I said, "I'm channeling the guy from this," because he legitimately he has a real life shark jaw that he puts over his head and uses it as his mouth to attack people.
Yep.
And then you have 1-800 Big Feet as a realtor. For no apparent reason. And I think this one also has there's something else that was like totally off the wall in this one. He was the corn eating champion who was the prime suspect for killing. And it's like, oh my God, this and the CGI shark for the first attack. I'm sure Winfrey's head would explode with anger.
There's no fucking way he's watching this on like. I believe if I said, "Hey, listen, I can shoot you in both kneecaps or walk short to the corn," he'd shoot himself.
Yes, willingly.
Yeah, there would be like no questions asked. Just shoot himself twice. Shoot himself both knees. Good day to you, sir. So there's a bit where there's like a shark hunter, and it's like the tall guy with glasses. He had some really funny performances in this. Like, again, it's hard to do a craft review for such utter nonsense.
Oh, and we can't forget the mafia, the 10-year-old mafia girl.
Right. Yes.
That was the other thing I was trying to think of. It was the mafia who just randomly is part of this because they're trying to find a dog.
Right. Because why wouldn't you put the mafia in your Sharks of the Corn movie? Can we just take a moment and appreciate the fact that someone willingly thought and made a movie, what if sharks who swim in the water started attacking people in a cornfield? Like, the sharks can move at fucking light speed. They can just attack people. Like, did they ever give a rational explanation for why the sharks were in the cornfield in the first place?
No,
Because
they never
I missed it.
They never explained why the sharks are there. They're just there
Gotcha.
because Loki.
Right, because as Sean Comer once said, because Saban suplexed the train. All right. What else about Sharks of the Corn, Jason? Because honestly, like
there's nothing. I mean,
the whole that whole subplot there where the blonde cop is like turns on everyone is like someone like killed my sister and therefore I'm really a bad guy and I'm taking revenge. And she ends up like
oh yeah,
she ends up selling out the CIA agent.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. I was thinking for some reason I was thinking that was in Ghost Shark.
No, buff fucking CrossFit CIA guy. She hits him on the head, sells him out. I think tries to feed him to one of the sharks. Oh my god, it was so funny. Anything else about this one before I read from the IMDb?
No. I mean, we've lambasted this enough.
Okay. Featured review. I gotta read this. This is really funny. 1 out of 10 stars. Wow, this was bad. Right? Movie titled Sharks of the Corn. Of course, you are bound to believe that you are in for either a spoof or a comedy. One would think so, but no, this 2021 movie from writer and director is seriously labeled as a horror movie. Yeah, exactly. It's a horror. And this goes on and on. Let me see. Wow, this doesn't even have other detail I can read from. At least the other one did.
Because probably because
I found it. Okay. So here's some trivia. I know how much you love trivia. Todd Martin is a huge fan of the TV show Wings, and at one point his character says as he's sitting in butter. What are you doing? Sitting in butter. When asked how is
as you do.
As you do. This is a nod to the Wings episode, The Bank Dick, where a bank robber says this phrase. Fan goddamn tastic. Todd Martin came up with some of his lines as Mayor Zunick on the spot. Oh, he's in this. Even better.
I would never guess that some of these lines came up with on the spot.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Is there any other trivia here? No. All right, so let's go down to the next thing. A triple feature is bad when we have to depend for to kill time. We have to depend on fucking reading IMDb stuff.
Yeah, I mean, usually we don't try to be all negative.
Right.
This is really hard not to be all negative.
Okay. There's a quote here. There's only one quote, but this one's a doozy. Kramer, as ludicrous as it sounds, those are sharks. And I know what a shark looks like because I keep seeing them in the cornfields.
Yeah, that's when he's got the drone footage.
Right. Let me tell you, if I had a nickel for every time I said I know what sharks look like because I see them in a cornfield, I'd have 2 nickels. This is obviously a spoof of Children of the Corn.
No, this isn't a spoof. This isn't even try to be a spoof. This is a pile of steaming dog shit. The remake of Children of the Corn look like Citizen Kane compared to this.
It is amazing how often you and I come on here and we do these B movie reviews, and it's we keep finding another level lower of quality.
Yeah, I thought, what was it that I hated you forever for?
Oh, it was the one where it was the animated movie with Pat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was Bottom of the Barrel.
Nerdland.
No. Yes.
Nerdland. Yeah, the one you would.
Yeah. No, that was that's some highbrow stuff compared to some of the things that we've watched lately. But sometimes sometimes our B movies are actually, they're enjoyable.
Right. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. This is one of those movies that is hysterically bad. The toy shark and kill scenes had my sides hurting from laughter. However, despite how bad this is, this movie has the best cover ever. You're not wrong, sir. 1 star, worst shark movie ever. This is even worse than all the Sharknado movies combined. This is the worst shark movie imaginable. I expect some comedy horror spoof on something or another. I was so wrong. So very, very wrong. This movie actually tries to take itself seriously. Yeah, that's the really funny part about this, Jason, is how, like, they're all committed to the premise. This isn't like they're having fun with this at all. This is like, no. What if sharks attacked a cornfield? Oh, like,
yeah.
what?
At least Shark Exorcist, you think you could kind of tell that they was just trying to have fun with the premise,
Sure,
with some of the over the top acting and stuff. This was legitimately thinking that they was making Citizen Kane.
I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but one guy's line in the review: "I've had bouts of explosive diarrhea that." I've had bouts of explosive diarrhea that were more enjoyable than this.
Oh, God.
That's fucking hilarious. All right. Fake high ratings. Do not fall for phony high scores. People involved with this movie are clearly giving this crud. It's sad they fake high scores to counterbalance the true scores of 1 this movie deserves. Oh, my God.
I'm just curious. Does it have a Rotten Tomatoes score or an IMDb score?
Oh, it's got to have an IMDb score. Hang on. I never actually looked for like a score. Where would I find that?
It would be on the main page up at the top.
Yeah, 1.8 out of 10.
That's generous.
Do you want me to check Rotten Tomatoes?
Surely it doesn't have a Rotten Tomatoes.
Let's see. The Sharks of the Corn. Let's see. Nope. Not that I can tell.
Nah, they're like, this movie is too bad. They even put on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, but I'll tell you what. I don't know how you watch it, but I watched it on Amazon Prime.
I think I watched it on YouTube.
Oh, even better. All right. Anything else about Sharks of the Corn before we move on?
Yes, if you are into cruel and unusual punishment, please put this on and torture whoever your worst enemy is.
Yeah, this is some Clockwork Orange bullshit right here. All right, in our last movie that we're going to be doing we made it 30 minutes so far. Thanks, IMDb.
Yeah.
This next one is the closest thing to an actual movie. Like, this one actually has like some production value to it.
And a plot.
It has a plot. It has characters. You actually have a name actor in Richard Mull from Night Court. Like,
I love Richard Mull.
Yeah, he's great. So Ghost Shark is a 2013 American supernatural monster film directed for the Sci-Fi Television Network by Griff First. Who is Griff First? Well, Griff First is an American actor, film producer, and film director. He first appeared in over 100 television film productions. In 2011, Variety article singled out with Antoni Carone, who can make a big impression with only a few scenes. He has selected filmography: Boa versus Python, because of course. I Love You, Philip Morris. Green Lantern as a UCAV operator. Great. Agent Burke in Terminator Genesis. Ooh. Jim Zine in The Founder. David Cooper in Dead Water. All right, so that's this guy. Despite being panned critically, the film had some success attracting attention from social media due to its fantastical premise. Websites such as Vulture.com commented on moments of the film. An unofficial sequel, Ghost Shark 2 Urban Jaws, because of course, was released on July 1st, 2015. And the two films are unrelated, in case anyone wants us to do a long road to ruin on this. This thing had a budget of $1.8 million. I mean, sure, I get that.
Probably $1 million of that was Richard Mull's contract.
So I haven't read a plot synopsis in a while, and for giggles, here we go. When a great white shark eats the potential catch of a sport fisherman, the man and his daughter violently retaliate by sadistically torturing and killing the shark. The shark's corpse then sinks to the bottom of an underwater cave. It is subsequently resurrected as a ghost shark due to the cave's mysterious paranormal properties. Now, hungry for revenge, don't you understand? The ghost shark eats his redneck killers. along with the captain of their boat. It eventually sets its sight on the rest of the local community in the seaside town of Smallport, Florida. Due to the great white's new spectral form, it can attack and kill anyone as long as there is even the smallest amount of nearby water. Yeah, they really have fun with this ridiculous premise. So, a drinking glass, whatever. So the actual thing, it says, this allows it to emerge from a swimming pool, a bathtub, a bucket, a metal pipe, and even a drinking cup. Observe. It kills many people in several unexpected locations.
And that was what made this one fun.
I was gonna say
they had fun with this.
Can we talk about how there's like a higher body count in this movie than there is in like most modern horror, which I thought was fantastic. Dude, this shark fucks up everybody. Yeah,
he was equal opportunity fuck you up.
Yeah, it was great. Like I'm not a gore hound, but like if you're just looking for a horror movie with a high fucking body count, look no further than Ghost Shark. Though
the drinking glass was innovative because I mean, and it was funny because the car wash scene was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
The two little boys that just get fucking ate. Like just
that was okay. So I haven't finished reading the plot synopsis yet, but there's a bit where like the main boy character and the second girl character are in the truck driving, and like they see the kids and they've now figured out that anytime there's water, the shark will appear and kill everyone around them. And so like you have the extras from the movie Kids apparently. Or like hanging out, like fucking with a fire hydrant, like you do in a hot summer's day. And they're like, get away from the water, go. And the smallest black child is like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like this kid was ready to throw down at the hoedown. He was not taking no mess. And like he doesn't like pull a switchblade or anything. He's just like, come on, motherfucker. And so they go to run him over. And they don't try to run him over. They drive toward him to get him away from the water. No, I get that, but like they just drive at them and the kids scatter, and then the kid's like, you can't try to run me over with a truck, and chase after them. And as the water gets everywhere, the shark appears and takes out the first two kids. We talk about how you can't kill kids in movies, like people won't accept it. You can get away with it. Yeah, well, of course you do. But you can get away with killing kids in a sci-fi original, apparently, because it takes out, like, these are not old kids. These are young kids. And the shark... And can we... So two things we're going to talk about here. One is the really hot blonde. Yeah. It's a little bit into the movie. When they're at the beach... Yeah. And she's on the raft. That camera shot lingers way too long to make me feel comfortable. Yeah. Once again, the male gaze, where like, here, we need to get people to watch this fucking movie. Let's shoot this hot girl and just shoot her. Not gonna do anything. Like, she's not like smearing peanut butter on herself or anything. She's not, topless or anything. She's just there, just chilling. It's like, what? Just shoot her because boys like to look at girls. Because apparently is that. I'm pretty sure that shot lingered so long you could count the pubes. Boys actually went through puberty during that scene. That's how long. Yeah, and what next we're going to talk about is the high calorie guy, which is my new saying for fat kid. The high calorie guy. Yeah. Who, for one, was able to outswim a shark in open water. Sure. And for two, and survive. It's because and for two, when it appears in the swimming pool, he is in the lowest end of the pool where the steps are. Right. And instead of running toward these steps like everyone else did, he decides to swim to the diving board. Yeah. Fucking that made and you're like, now I know why black people yell at the screen. Because dumbass white people. No shit. right, so just to finish up so people understand what this fucking movie's about. Though terror is seemingly out of control, a group of young people. So one of my girlfriends referred to this as your Scooby-Doo movie. Like legit, whenever she heard of me watching it, she's like, go watch your Scooby-Doo movie in the kitchen or put some headphones on. And at the time, I kind of rolled my eyes about it. I was like, whatever. And now the more I think about it, she's like, she's not wrong. This was kind of Scooby-Doo-ish.
This is kind of Monsters Unleashed Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, well, I was thinking like at some point I wanted like somebody to pull a mask off a shark and be like, it was me, and I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids. Anyway, a group of young people trying to find answers end up having their pleas ignored. The local mayor is in the midst of a re-election campaign. I like the cynicism about politicians. It's just like,
yeah, and one of them is his son.
Yeah.
He wants to get his son committed, so it does not ruin his mayoral campaign.
Well, I love how like what Jaws has done to people, because like one of the big things about Jaws was we don't want to shut the beach down. This town will die if we do. Get the fucking shark out of here. But we can't shut the beach down. And so of course the shark attacks and kills a bunch of people, and no one has forgiven Jaws for that. Like now every politician is willing to kill off the entire town to save their own career. It's really funny. And other authorities are unwilling to believe the ghost. Teenager Ava Conti vows to put an end to the specter after it devours her father and several friends. She teams up with local lighthouse keeper named Finch, who's Richard Mull. Finch is a drunken figure who claims to know the secrets of the shark's new form. Reportedly, when the cave was still above water, it was where a dying African-American slave put a voodoo curse on the entire town, like you do. And after being arrested, harassed, threatened, and otherwise impeded in their struggles, the group then finally manages to lay the creature to rest once and for all. So yeah, like there's like this whole fucking subplot about how Richard Mull fucking drunkenly strangled his wife and left her to die in the cave, and then she was resurrected. And he doesn't. And the whole thing is like they think in order to kill the shark for good, they gotta like blow up the cave or the lighthouse or whatever. And he's like, no, her spirit's still here, and I can't live. I can't forgive myself for what I did. You know, first-degree murder. It's like, and you're kind of supposed to feel bad for him.
Yeah, you do. I mean, this had a little bit of heart to it.
What?
It had a little bit of heart to it because
okay.
you kind of want to get behind, you know, trying to see if Richard Mull's going to be a redemption story, which he doesn't.
No,
but and he steals the ancient book of spells.
Ye old ancient book of spells, like right there on the bookshelf.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and you know, just this goes. The sad thing about it is, it doesn't go off the rails. It stays pretty cohesive.
Yeah, no, I like. Okay, so I actually really like Ghost Shark, to be honest with you.
I did too.
B-movie schlock goes, this was solid. It's a shark was resurrected by a voodoo curse in the cave, and then whenever there's water, it just attacks. And like my only problem, and I don't want to deconstruct this movie because I don't want to be that guy, but you would think with water being pretty prevalent in any part of the town ever, the shark would have attacked a lot more. Like the shark was very choosy about its targets.
Well, yeah, because he had a vendetta.
Yeah, well,
Don't you know he had a death wish?
Okay, so
he empowered Charles Bronson.
So this thing clocks in at just under 90 minutes. It was not a minute longer than it needed to be. This was
it was a nice tight tight run time. It didn't have it didn't go off the rails too much. It stayed pretty cohesive.
I gotta read this to you. The film was compared both positively and negatively to an episode of one of the Scooby-Doo cartoons. Although despite being panned critically, the film had some success attracting social media. Okay, we already talked about that. So now I gotta apologize to one of my girlfriends. Like, you're right, I'm wrong. Sorry. This is a Scooby-Doo movie.
But I don't know if you noticed this, but a lot of the best parts of the movie was going on in the background.
Okay. No, I didn't notice. What do you mean?
Okay, my favorite part of the movie that I laughed uncontrollably was when it's like the mayor tells the cop to take his son to the psychiatric hospital,
Right, right.
and like he goes to talk, he's talking to somebody else. No, he pulls the cop away and leaves his son in the background, and it's like a heist movie. Like one of the old heist movies where the kid
Right.
looks around a little bit and then he runs one way, then he takes off running the other way. It's like an old
Charlie Chaplin.
jailbreak.
I was gonna say, like
Yeah,
Charlie Chaplin or something.
yeah, like an old jailbreak. Like, and it's just like how he does it. He like runs, stops, looks around, then takes off the other way, and it's like, dude, there's nobody around. Why are
Talk
you
about how
trying to be?
the mayor is a ridiculous character, but is far worse by the end of the movie, where he's like, "We're gonna kill the ghost shark. We're gonna stab it." It's like it's a ghost. You can't.
Yeah, and Amber made the thing because she's seen it and she said, and of course that she is obsessed with TikTok. She said, "What was he back there doing? Going, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious." I
Yeah,
said, "Oh God!" I said, "That is the funniest thing ever."
that mayor was a fucking lunatic, and he's like, God, who is this character? This actor? Yeah, he doesn't. Lucky Johnson. He certainly is. Ollie plays Mayor Frank Stahl. He doesn't even have like a Wikipedia page. So
I have a Wikipedia page. How bad is that?
the film holds a rating of 29% on review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes based on 7 reviews. Critic John Burrell, writing for Pace, blasted the film as mind-numbing, featuring severe problems from its performance to its horrendous execution in the editing room. He concluded the film violates the most crucial rule of trashy filmmaking. You could be stupid, but don't be boring. Sir, you have not watched Sharks of the Corn. Varel particularly criticized the fact that the character of Cicely, played by Sloane Coe, is filmed in a sexually suggestive manner in several scenes, despite the fact that she is identified as being too young to have a driver's license. Ugh. Don't let Pat watch this movie; he'll be mad. So, so overall, like I had a good time watching Ghost Shark. Of like all 3 of these, this actually felt like a competent, semi-competent movie. I have watched and I have reviewed for this site quite a few sci-fi original movies. This is on par. Like I can't say this is like by far worse or better than like the Banana Splits or Sharknado or the most popular review we've ever done on YouTube. Zombie Tidal Wave?
Zombie Tidal Wave. Amber actually brought that up.
Yeah.
She said at least this wasn't as bad as Zombie Tidal Wave. She said wasn't that movie with the blue people? And I said the Drano Zombies.
That's right, the Drano Zombies. I'll give you the final word here. Anything else about Ghost Shark before we close out for this lovely evening?
No, I mean if you're bored and you want to see, like Mark said, a high body count and just a movie that doesn't take itself too serious, and you're a schmuck like me and Mark are for B movies, this isn't a bad B movie just to kill some time, have playing in the background, and just to turn your brain off and watch a movie just to kind of unwind and cleanse your palate.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it. That's our Shark Week. That's our Shark Shit review of the month. Tomorrow, slightly more serious, we're going to review Flamin' Hot and Extraction 2. Gavin's coming on the show. We're going to talk Ted Lasso Season 3 with all the feels and all the crying. Thursday, we've got our re-airing of Damn You Hollywood, Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation. And then Sean Comer and I are going to get back in the Long Road to Ruin phase. We're going to be looking at the first 3 Men in Black movies. And then over the weekend, we've got Everyone Loves a Bad Guy, Bobby the Brain Heenan. And then we're back to Metal Hammer of Doom Sundays with Slipknot, Point 5, The Gray Chapter. And let's see, when is Jason going to be back? Jason, when are you going to be back?
I have to look here. I think I'm back
July 31st at Lake Placid.
Yes, Lake Placid. Yeah.
So we got Jason coming on for a Long Road to Ruin for Lake Placid. He'll be on the second half of our Damn You Hollywood August 15th, where he's going to talk Gran Turismo. And then we're doing something really fun on September 19th. So Hulu has a remake of White Man Can't Jump, and we're going to do an on-trial civil court edition where we're going to compare the original White Men Can't Jump to the new Hulu one. So that'll be fun.
I expect my brain to explode.
Yeah, I heard the critically acclaimed guys talk about the new White Men Can't Jump. They were not particularly complimentary. So, all right. And you got anything else going on, bud?
Not at this time. Just go check out the Second and Short and Mosaic Media pages on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Fantasy football season's ramping up. We're trying to get squared away with my new work schedule and everything so we can start getting some episodes churned out. Tyler took a new job as well. So with everything going kind of up in the air right now, we're trying to get some content. Definitely going to be making some TikToks, dropping those. So look for new content on TikTok coming up as soon as next week.
All right, folks, thank you for joining us on Triple Feature tonight. This was one of those we're just going to have fun and shoot the breeze. This was not particularly informed film review, but I got to talk funny shark movies with my buddy, and I couldn't be happier. And I hope you enjoyed it too. So for Jason Teasley, good to his mother, the protocol son, I'm Mark Radulich. This is Triple Feature on the Radulich and Broadcasting Network. Be well, be safe, and behave.